more work cut out for them, but 2 eliminations to round things off, that's always a nice little confidence builder. Granted, those...
You play with a whole new freedom, knowing you got the entire POI to yourself. With 1 elimination, they know Jonas is going to be by himself. 2v1, trying to attack from both angles, jumping up and down, not trying to let him heal, not trying to let him get a breath of fresh air. And now they're
come aboard this silver mothership. I have come to set your mind free from all that.
Because when they start going, they are hard to stop. And now that they got their early game surge, those eliminations.
You can see it coming, Pablo waiting to lift me something, sure enough, nowhere left for Minfield to run. What? Maybe even to restore a little bit of pride after that one. You think that you get the sneak attack, instead it's 180.
He's instantly dropping that fizz bomb. They're not in the zone just yet, so HP, you can see them trying to get the elimination, save it for the siphon, but it's getting a little bit too risky. Liam 1 shot away from going down by Xavier, so he's instantly trying to pop that chug, and they're not necessarily pressed right now to move quick. They're outside.
ever. So many teams already in this POI. For Koyota and Yuma, I think there's a lot of questions up in the air. Are they going to be able to have some of that practice game success? We saw them collect at least an extra bando off of delivering a victory royale in that performance, but this is the best time to do it. I mean, you want to be in the finals.
Yeah, typically we kind of look at these guys. So answers back with a shot of stone.
It's going to be enough to deter Gona and Knight, waiting to see whether or not they'll be able to actually continue this conversation. But there's still a decent amount of fighting left to be done here at New Sanctuary, because even the situation a little bit further southeast has seemingly cleared up.
Mas eu vou ter que te mandar pra diretoria. Como é que você explica essa bola? Professor, eu não tô usando ninguém. É impossível. Essas câmeras já não funcionam desde o ano passado. Ué, professora, vamos ficar de barriga agora? Anda! Você tem razão mesmo. Ele tem que aprender uma lição. João? Você tá falando, Paulinho? Só você
when that storm surge activates, they're going to be on the clock to try to get some damage or the elimination. Southwell breaks into the box. Good damage on Jogan. He gets saved by Minute, but only for so long before Knight trades on that down. So it is going to come down to a 1v1. Minute looking to play aggressive, and it's going to be worth it.
But he might not even get to reap the benefits of this survival, because the third party has already decided to play an entrance here. Minute scrambling, trying to see if he can escape, with so much focus being sent his way, and now having to also... But these are the sorts of adaptations that players just have to naturally try and overcome here. As Nathan, he'll at least have a little bit of surge to work with, but the clock's ticking. He's got to make it into zone 2, and there is a decent amount of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, he's just barely above. And honestly, that's actually pretty good for what Nathan and Nebs have been through so far in this game. Being above the damage threshold, a little bit of survives, but a pleasant surprise at that.
That's a little bit right from where they're currently faced up. Josh and Yamso, though, find their first elimination onto Golden. They are above on Surge. It's really just about finding the perfect moment. You don't want to get lobbied on your next rotate in.
Yeah, this team right here is a little bit of a full circle moment of Josh and Yamso. Years ago, Yamso kind of being that fragger for Rise in the... above the damage threshold. Relatively close to it turning off, but a couple of quick tags there is going to put them right on the line. 32 damage above. They're making their way in towards zone. It's not going to be hard to find a spot there, but the next zone is really going to be everything. So if they get a match full, good luck to them and their Surge clan.
Good luck to everybody in this lobby just about. There is so much congestion that is already pooled on this edge of the zone, but... And he'll be picked off before he gets a chance.
Yeah, big elim though from Dio and Ju. That's their third elimination of the game. That's 12 points. Off of their aggressive ability, and now they're inside of the top 25. Points are starting to come in. And with each and every team that falls, they start to catch further and further. And of course, you get that 1,000 points for the victory.
Eu sou raposo.
It goes to show that looking at the leaderboard yesterday.
Uhum. Eu acabei de entrar. Mano, literalmente eu tô andando numa moto. A moto. É um emoji meu. É.
We've seen the solo clutches before.
Yeah, and it's only 4 players that need to go down. You can attempt to out-heal this Pacino. He doesn't have the amount of heals needed to survive the storm.
Não, bora eu.
The zone is also moving in, but he gets a little bit of a cutback, extra time to work with, and it's time that he desperately needs because he's in our clock, and that clock is running down fast. 3 more ticks. That's all he can take. Less than 20
Acabei de entrar no vendo.
has to make a move. Nobody...
Ok, é você aqui, ó. Não, tem jogador. Mano, é tu esse aqui? É tu? Tem aqui? Na minha frente? Não. Cara, como é que entra? É impressão. Olha o task.
Sacrifice. Akira is gonna fall. All the pressure now on Kurama's shoulders.
You look one way, you gotta make sure you're checking the next, and Badil takes
Mano, e se o jogo descobrir que é criança que tá jogando?
that he's hoping for. Every little bit of siphon materials to help catapult him forward, and now he's feeling confident enough. Why not take another layer up? He's trying to see if he can make it through on that secondary height position, and not only that, looking.
Veiga me sabe. Uhum. V. Operação Fung.
Just not let anybody down below feel comfortable, especially for those players
Vê.
on second height. As Virgo looking to go big, lands that one shot.
Cara.
Being by yourself means you have to play
Ó,
a little
vê
careful
e-
and a little less loose. Down below, those eliminations
Vê
are
e-
steamrolled by King and Craze, but again, it all
GA.
comes to sacrifice. Now Craze is going to be left by himself. They have 5 eliminations. They're trying to push themselves
Underline.
to the top 5, and every single point matters. But they
M-I-M-I. M. H. 6-7 agora. Não, fala teu nome, fala teu nome.
Porra!
Já enviei a amizade. Não, é que tá salvo como Veiga Me 67. Já mandei pedido de amizade já. Tô chato. O quê? Se não for junto. Eu tenho tua amizade, eu tenho tua amizade.
Gabzera, you're going to Championship Sunday. You're representing Brazil. How does it
Tá, eu
feel?
vou te bloquear e vou mandar, beleza?
Vocês ganharam, vão representar o Brasil.
O teu nome é Tiro?
Sinto realizado, novamente está enfrentando o Brasil na
Não, aqui tá 2025.
2007. E é isso, vamos Brasil!
Pronto, aceita.
Fixação curta. Oxe, mano.
Caramba, mano, tá até passando no jornal já.
Me passa no internet.
Tá até passando o bagulho no jornal. Deixa eu ver. Da FC, sei lá o que. FNCS. Da hora. Os melhores jogadores aparecendo aqui. Os melhores jogadores que eu não sei nem o nome, cara. Vocês estão uma partida valendo... Cara, o que essa partida vale? Ah, então eu quero ficar no top 25. E daí eu e tu não vai conseguir conversar, uai? Ficou, hein? Yes. Me temos que conversar. Aqui, ó, no vermelho, vermelho, vermelho. Cara, como é que entra? Não entendi. Eu tenho que clicar aqui no intervir ou aqui no escudo ou na arma. Ô, mano, tem que estar lá no escudo ou na arma. Ô, mano! Já. Pronto. Cara, em qual que você tá? Em qual level você tá? Ah, tá. Eu tô no 200 e alguma coisa. Beleza, então, depois. Lindo. 25. Boa.
We got the co-streamers losing their minds over here after that big W, and of course for the duo bid.
Cadê tu? Como tu tá?
And this is why this format is just so great. Coming from the upper bracket, of course, yesterday.
Eu também quero, mano. Mano, tá valendo R$13.000 em V-Bucks.
Sixth place, which of course was not enough to kind of break them into that top 25. Outside of that sixth place game, they didn't even break the.
Verdade, mano. Cara, eu tô muito ansioso por essa partida, cara. É verdade, mas eu tenho que atacar, mano. Ó, tem cara que rushou em mim, mano. Atirei. Ó, esse cara é bom até. Ó. Tá. Boa!
I gotta be careful because I almost lost my voice. Absolutely screamed there. Made it scary for Gap Zero and Nuti, but they obviously ended up clutching up. Super, super excited to see them go straight into the finals.
Aqui a gente ainda continua no mesmo, né?
Super early on at the start of the show, right? Gap Zero saying, hey, look, I'm looking to represent Brazil. I'm going to do my best. And sure enough, Game 2 Victory Royale. Oh, man.
Mano, como é que faz pra ficar no top 25? Mano, entrei aqui, eu só entrei aqui porque tinha um amigo meu jogando. Mas daí quando eu entrei ele quitou. Eu consegui entrar e ficar. Olha esse cara. Boa. pra tu. Boa!
It was like, oh yeah, like 64% of the time an NA team has held the high ground, the other 36% of the time an EU team has held the high ground. Yeah. We need to run that set again right now because it's completely flipped for sure. I mean, we saw Tiggs from the Middle Eastern region kind of control the higher ground in the first game. Right here, we got Nudie and Gabzera, both small region teams controlling the higher ground. I gotta see that stat.
I agree. You know
So
what? In
good.
the last game,
Ah, não deu tempo. Não. Tu já ganhou uma. Lembra? Tu já foi convocado trono? É difícil, né? Verdade, mano. Você viu que tava lendo um monte de level?
Go though. Super close. It's the clean shot right there. Unfortunately,
Ô, mano, você viu que vale, sei lá quantos níveis, de 50 níveis pra cima?
He was able to pick up those 1v1 situations on the low gun. Super clean. I'm not gonna lie, as we were watching the game and both of these guys were kind of healthy on the low gun, I was like, oh yeah, they won. Aegis gets knocked there, Ritual still puts up a great performance.
Na verdade é pouco, né, mano? Eu acho que ela tá coisando, mano. Ela tá prejudicando, sabia? Ah, complicado também, né, mano? Mano, eu tô com uma dança muito boa. E a porra. Cadê? Gente. Não vai.
That a lot of people looked at potential.
Mano, é só um treinamento.
Difficult off-spawn situation for them. That whole POI, so many teams coming on in, trying to get some
Coitada, né, mano?
those vending machines. It's just a little bit awkward for them off-spawn right now. I'm sure they'll be navigating that in different ways. Podesai and Sato there on that leaderboard, just breaking into that top 10. They went up, was it 38 places there?
Beleza.
Stuff from them, and that's what one game can do.
one game, that is...
Eu também não, só vamos. Boa! Agora só falta no 20. Mano, ela é muito boa!
Quick, two of them already down. Third game of the day. After this one will be
Mano, me arrependi disso. Vai no time dela, vai!
where it really shows where you're at on the leaderboard and what you have to do.
Big things coming to mind. I mean, we had some surprise cons with Akira Kurama and North Boulevard. Same thing that actually happened in the EU Grand Finals leading up to this event. Also now with Nudie Gabzera already having qualified. Maybe.
Eu sou ruim. É adianta vir inimigo, cara. Ó, mano, esses caras, os caras pegam costinha. Que boot, mano, os caras pegam costinha.
Close it out. Gonna pick up his point there to move on over to the other side of the map. It's gonna be Muzz, Nathan, Nebs. There's a long battle going.
Wasn't Sphinx were looking for the fight. They made that very clear.
Mano, essa menina que tá aqui é tua irmã? Ah, entendi. Cadê? Ruxa, deixa eu ruxar nos caras. Matou, Diana. Boa!
Minion, we saw how that ended in game one. Now getting Eros on spawn, they're gonna have to pick things up for the second half of this tournament.
And it's not too surprising to see teams willing to try and mix it up, especially since
Mano, eu tô vendo que tu é bem bom, mano. Tu tá no level 300, né? Eu ainda tô no level 190 e alguma coisa.
See so many.
Bom. Coitado de tu, mano. Nossa, mano, que raiva que não dá pra reviver quando você tem cura. Não, Diana, não, Diana. Não revive, Diana. Não revive, não revive. Boa!
Much surge in that exchange. They're going to continue to get aggressive. One up below, one on the wall. But Pablo can be the X factor here in this fight, lurking around, trying to get a shot from above. And there it goes! A massive haymaker on the shadow. Pablo, Chino, they have a chance to turn the fight. And Pablo gets back-to-back shots to change the tides of this fight.
Tá bom. Eu me viro aqui. Hoje não, mano, que agora eu tô no meu modo, entendeu? Lasqueira. Ah, matou mesmo.
Now, clicks, pigs. A little bit of a rough time to kick off the day. But the scenes can change at any moment. And when you know that there are duos fighting against each other like Mumsy and Skyjump, well, pigs and clicks, they're willing to try and send some shots their way.
Yeah, especially since you kind of realize what caused their down.
Eu vou com meu amigo, cara. Eu vou com meu amigo. Eu vou com meu amigo.
Well, it's just a lack of surge, lack of that.
Não, mas ele quitou, ele não tá mais online. Cadê você? Calma aí, esconde-esconde. Esse jogo aqui não é esconde-esconde, não. Foi um.
Shadow and Virgo had the right idea. It's really just about the execution when they found.
Mas esses caras ali, eles já estão na partida?
They just got a little too greedy with it. They didn't fully know what kind of position Chino and Pablo were in terms of HP differences, but that might have been enough to.
Ô, Diana, por que tu tá com medinho, Diana?
To try and pick up after the fact, because that elimination feed showed Chino in it.
Yeah.
Ah, então vai com outro cara. Eu saí com outro cara. Ah, eu caí com ela. Ah, mano, já tô carregando a maldade aqui. Não, a Diana tá no meu time. 824. Boa, boa! Chama, mano, chama!
Time to kind of build that chemistry as a duo, but I mean, looks like so far this match might be that turning.
Ô, Jenna, isso aqui é só um jogo que é pra ir pra partida valendo. Se tu ganhar, ganhou.
In these kinds of environments specifically, and that sort of leadership can definitely extend himself into a positive direction. They've had a decent day already.
Mano, fala pra turma que isso aqui só é um jogo, mano.
They can circumvent the rest of
É, mano. O mundo não é um morango, não. É o que matamos, né? Eu matei 3. Não, eu matei 5.
duos that are making use of those collision corridors, though it's very difficult to actually try and take over what's above ground and what's below. So
eu matei 5.
Yuma and Coyote, they've still got a lot of work cut
Eu
out for
matei
them.
5.
Majors and Ritual, night and day difference from how yesterday went for these two. They've already basically done enough in terms of the consistency metric.
Ah, eu vou andar.
Than that for these two. They
Cadê tu? Cadê tu? Boa. A Diana. Ah, eu acho que é a Diana. Sortudo de vida. Calma aí, Dianinha. Pega leve, né, cara? Amigo. Mano, só dá um capa, deixa ela miada. Mano, eu deixei ela miada. Mano, tu joga do quê? Não dá. O meu não trava. Ah?
I'm honestly thinking for them to look up. We got that point of view of Josh and Niamzo. Look at the launch pad.
Beleza. Atira na maldade. Nossa, você tem que perguntar aqui na coisa. Não sei, eu tô perdendo, não sei. Cadê? Olha. Boa!
Time to get extra mats, extra loot, and prepare themselves for that end game.
Muzz and Sphinx, that little bit of a hiccup in the early game has not seemed to deter them too heavily.
Sai daqui, mano!
Fully aware of the fact there is.
Deixa a raposa aqui, cara.
Whether or not they know that it belongs to Nebs and Nathan, it's easy to make that kind of estimate.
É, deixa o cara. Se tu tirar... Ouça a arma lendária comigo, cara. Não adianta. Mano, o Diana tá na maldade dele. Boa, então.
A couple of shots onto Muzz.
Mano, eu só dei um tapa. Eu achei o cara miado, mano. Eu vi, mano.
Is a VR. If you get that win, it will automatically qualify you to Sunday, so they've got 3 more chances.
Mano, tira essa foto feia, coloca o do cara, mano. Tira essa foto feia. Coloca a do cara aqui, é muito mais da hora aqui. Ou coloca a minha.
Pigs and Ghosts. These two love waiting around.
Ô, mano, como é que tu conseguiu essa skin? Como é que tu conseguiu essa skin rápido? Oh, não, essa skin que tu tá. Ah tá, eu não tenho pra levar a inteira ainda. Só faltou uma skin pra mim terminar o passe. Uma skin daquela. Quê?
With Ghost, I think that you can definitely anticipate those two to continue moving their way up on that leaderboard.
Yeah, I see Night and Gone right now. They
Mother Mystery.
Studios. You can tell just by the loot they have on the ground, and even more so in their inventory. They air as much as they could out of the vending machine. And you guys all know there's only a certain amount of actual medkits and heals and even usages.
Need a fight here. They just need to not get cracked.
Fortunately, they do have so much surge, like you just called out, Takata, that they can just take a moment to try and breathe. But Alex shut down one of the most difficult things, making it a little bit later to that edge of zone, is trying to avoid those shots from the players that have already along with other teams that are also a little bit late to that extension point. But Revolution now gonna have to do what he can. Two Jugs though to work with, so he'll at least be able to take things out for a bit. But
let's be honest.
Zone that they built up of the surge threshold just disappearing so quickly.
And they're not the only ones going through struggles, though. You see on the other side, clicks. They don't really get to play out the game in which they wanted to. Time and time again, when you're below, you kind of have to force whatever situation presents itself. Clicks and Higgs jumping on the eye drop and Marius. It's now or never. They need damage, not necessarily the eliminations, but you can take what you can get. Now out of heals, Higgs on a
Não, como escravizada! O bagulho constrói! Mano, eu quero saber como que ia terminar meu bloqueio sem bloqueio.
To overcome some of the mental battles here.
I was talking to 11 Vivid. They think if anyone's going to be able to win a game, it's going to be Clicks and Higgs, but it hasn't been looking good to kick things off. Velo, one of 3 players to have not made a major finals, but qualified to a LAN.
Depois nós vai. Depois nós vai.
Divisional finals in NA Central, by the way. It was Velo, Zynox, player not here, that took on Peterbot and
Literalmente, mano, nem adianta ser chato, porque senão aqui, ó, agora eu vou jogar no Prime. Era você, Diana? Tá se escondendo agora? Não aparece? Boa!
From collapsing in on them. Mr. Savage and Velo, though, checking back in with these two. We have seen them transition into top 5 performances when they make it to the end game. But it's one thing to have zones in your favor. It's another to actually have the moving zones go your way.
Yeah, luckily for them, though, 400 above the damage threshold. Takes a quick shot there, but they...
Ô, mano, quer ver eu andando na moto? Olha. Totalmente. Eu tô usando. Não tem. Eu, infelizmente, mano, só tenho pago quantas motos? 300 e alguma coisa. Equipando que não consigo equipar. Essa equipe os que eu comprei pela loja. Que? Dá dinheiro. Como, mano?
Trying to see if they can take over high. More importantly still, when they actually make their move towards frontside, they want to be able to stop anybody else from challenging them while they go forward.
302 above the damage threshold. Only 7 players need to go down. Storm Surge will no longer be a worry. They're just building up. They're solidifying the high ground, but Scare out of nowhere.
A Diana foi sozinha de novo.
But he's able to deal with that problem quickly.
Nossa, sacanagem. Agora vem. Aí, Diana. Se você gritar, eu vou ter que desligar. Cara, eu quando tô jogando ranqueada valendo pro bagulho, eu nem choro.
Yeah, Mr. Savage realizing, hey, I don't want to let this one go for free. That's a good amount of loot that I need access to. And you can see him watching out each corner until he finally solidifies that elimination. And now he's a little bit more stacked than he was before, giving himself a little bit more of a chance. Top 21 situation here. As a solo, this is a daunting experience. But if you're able to stay alive...
Dose. Mano, se ela gritar, vai ter que desligar. Nice, fuck you. Ah, raposa. Sai daqui, Diana. Nem a minha. Eu ia colocar a minha skin favorita. Mas se tem a skin do ninja? Não, quer dizer dos fãs. Que isso, mano? Que capa que você deu nela? Não, eu não mudo. Eu faço assim, eu só jogo e puxo pra cima. De que muda? Ele se muda. Ah, não vai dar tempo. Nossa, mano, meu videogame tá esquentando. Da hora. Qual que é o nome do canal? Tá, depois eu te inscrevo lá, beleza? O nome do meu canal é MG do Grau. Lá tem. O meu nome é o nome do canal é MG do Grau, que faz o Miguel do Grau. Você tá ligado? Bora! Ô, Diana, tu tem que treinar mais, mano. Tá muito boot. Da hora.
You guys went for high quite
Da hora.
aggressively and everyone wanted high ground in this game. What was the strategy? When did you know the time was right to strike?
De boa. Mano, cara, eu não ganho em construção no jogo, na minha maldade. Ah, mano, eu não ganho em construção, mas que é o problema. Cuidado, mano, porque eu acho que ela tá minhada. Mano, só falta poucas rodadas. Nossa. Mano, sabia que domingo do mês que vem vai ter valendo dinheiro de verdade? Valendo 3.000 reais. Mano, a Diana tá muito... Ah, mano, a Diana me deixa miada, eu não consigo conferir às vezes. Vai, mano, tu consegue. Boa. Tu matou ela? Boa. Ô, Diana, vai começar a partida, mano. Tu pode ser escolhida. Por que tu não quer mais jogar, mano? Tu pode ser escolhida. Eu tô ruim. Não sou muito bom. Eu só tô no level 200. Eu não sou bom, tu é. Tu é que tem que estar no level 300 de alguma coisa, mano. Não, o jogo tá me prejudicando. Eu jogo na minha maldade aqui. O jogo não deixa eu construir. Mano, é a Diana e eu acho que mais alguém. Mano, você sabia, né, que você pode estar? Pelo menos vai ver se consegue fazer uma kill, né, menina? Não consegue matar nenhuma formiguinha do tamanho do anão de jardim. Complicado, né, Diana? Tu tá no time dela, ué? Não, sei que entrou mesmo, tu que passou ali pro lado. Olha a maldade aqui.
For being very, very good and creative, and then Kingling on the other side is like, dude, I got the best IGL in the game with my team. I'm just gonna follow his calls. It's easy.
Yeah, it's a perfect complexion, and sometimes